Let's welcome Dr. Garrett.
I wanted to know what you're currently working on. We haven't seen you in a few months.
God, a lot, and I had to kind of cut the plug on a lot of things because I work in the film industry professionally in art department, and I'm so more used to working 12-hour days, 60 hours a week, and burning the candle at both ends. But since the pandemic, my industry has totally disappeared. Like, there's no productions really going on right now besides commercials. So I realized that I do that anyways in my creative life. I just kind of had to narrow in on some things in the last month. But currently I'm also a filmmaker. I've been making films for the past decade. I've been working on a music video and just editing old work. Editing other, and I'm a part of a writing group. So yeah.
Are you doing work, like your writing group, is it online, or are you guys actually still meeting and stuff?
It's online. I was a part of a writing group in person a couple of years ago, and one of my main goals for myself is I want to use just my dedication to writing to teach in different environments, in prisons, in mental institutions, in educational environments. So I'm going back to school to hopefully pursue a master's in creative writing. So yeah, that's where going into writing workshops online has really helped, because I can critique other people's work and then they'll critique mine, and then the dreadful editing process, which isn't really creative, happens.
It takes a lot of work.
It does. It takes a lot of work. There's a lot of burnout. There's moments where I'm best when I can come up with ideas. I'm the million idea kind of woman. That's kind of where I end up burning myself out, is I have all these things going on, and then I realize, I have these projects I never finished. Right now I think I have 8 short stories, a short film I made a year ago, and now currently I'm directing and writing, and then I had to shoot some of it because we shot some of it out of town recently, a music video for my husband. So
wow.
On Super 8 film, so just make it real challenging, because that's a medium I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah.
Film is not something people even use really anymore. So
no, that's a stylistic choice.
Yeah, it's a stylistic choice. For sure. It's also a budgetary choice, I thought, but I haven't made a film with Super 8 in 10 years. I did it once. Actually, it was one of his music videos for a band he was in a decade ago. So I thought it was a budgetary choice, but it kind of isn't, because I probably could have spent the same convincing just a friend that works in the industry to do it on one of their cameras for the same amount of money. But
yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that's kind of what's been going
on. Are you shooting the music video now, or are you waiting?
We've shot about 3/4 of it, fingers crossed.
Oh, wow.
We've shot it in 4 different locations. We shot it in Las Vegas, Malibu, Joshua Tree, Zion National Park. So you can see how crazy I got when I get creative. And then the graveyard down the street.
Oh.
In Austin, yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It's one of Austin's first graveyards. So yeah, it's not your typical music video. It's not musicians playing instruments. It's got a hero's journey, because I'm a writer. So.
What's the name of the band?
It's just John C. Densmore.
Okay.
Because he often gets confused with the drummer of the Doors, which is kind of sad, because he's had entourages for that person. That's not him.
That's interesting.
But yeah, so it's just John C. Densmore. He produced his own album about a year ago at Euphoria, which is a music collective here in Austin.
Okay. So last time we spoke, you kind of discussed about kind of spirituality and also mental health and kind of addiction. Are you exploring other themes right now, or are you still? Is that more of your focus?
I mean, as far as my writing goes, because I just pull on what I know, and I've my life has those elements in it. I have focused on that. I think I was talking about The Need, which is a short story I've been working on for quite a while, actually. I keep going back to. But I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say particularly I'm focusing on that per se, although I feel like that's just kind of intertwined in basically all of my creative work. I think the music video we're doing right now, which is called Letter to Honey, is more just like pulling from the song itself. Actually, I guess ties into recovery, because it's a song he wrote when I left him. Me and my husband had a temporary separation before we both like went into recovery, hit our own personal bottom, and like that is weird to say because it doesn't usually work this way, but we had like a 10-year marriage that didn't work, ended, and we separated for a year, and now we have like a new, really healthy, beautiful relationship, which I was not thinking when I left him, like, you know, several years ago, because it was pretty bad. And I won't go save the details because they're probably more meant for like therapy or something, like an AA meeting. But yeah, so that song was called Letter to Honey, and it was a lot about a lot of our idols musically were passing on. That year he wrote this song, and it was just ever present, especially with the end of our marriage, like how technology and the internet, which I'm sure people are dealing with now, like which are really great ways for people to communicate, but they also feel like really isolating. So that's kind of what this song is about. It's like losing connection not only with the relationship but in our society, because we don't, you know, come together as much as we used to in like social, like face-to-face environments.
Well, it's even more so.
So yeah, I did like my own weird experimental twist on that, which took us, it's hard to describe, but
so is that gonna be in his upcoming work then, like your
yeah, I'm
influence?
gonna post it. I'm also working on a website which I don't have together, but so yeah, unfortunately I couldn't go here and see this, but yeah.
Okay. Got some people waving at you.
Hi everybody.
Ask away questions, please. She's waiting for your questions. She's a wonderful writer here in Austin, Texas. Let's see. Waving. Thank you for waving. Did you ever? How do you reflect on? For me, like I guess like during these times, how do you reflect on your work? Like, have you gone? Since I would say there's more time to reflect on past work. Do you ever go back to it and go, I wish I had changed it, or maybe I can change it now that you've like maybe explored older work and brought it back into what you're working on right now?
Yeah, I think this whole experience has actually been like a really humbling experience. That's when like humility has like come up a lot, which was definitely not something I've been for most of my life really even familiar with. I mean, I think I still have a hard time defining what humility is, but yeah, that has come up with looking at my work and like how I used to just identify with my writing, or if it was a film I was making, or, you know, even my work as a production designer, that was how I would like identify, and if someone didn't like the work, I would be crushed, heartbroken. So yeah, I guess I don't know if that's answering your question, but yeah, this time to like reflect has really helped me like go back and look at stuff I have written that I kind of dropped because of feeling, I guess, like creatively stumped, and been able to go, oh wait, I see why this part of this story wasn't working, or what I need to do with this piece. Because ultimately I think that I am my own worst enemy, or I'm like my own savior in a way. So yeah, I think that slowing down and stepping away from stuff and looking back at it recently has kind of given me that I've had that humility where I don't like identify so much with the stuff I've created. Like I need people to love it to keep doing it and stick with it.
Yeah,
That makes sense. I have like so much to say about that, because that's like been where I've been recently, because I have been out of work for so long. and I've had so much time to write, and it's like a really good time for writers because it's such a solitary craft. But I've also had a lot of time to look at my own inner demons and a lot of shame I have around my work and how that's just getting in my way and I don't like anymore. So, yeah.
Yep. That's great. Yeah, that's a great answer. Well, can you let us know where we can find you online? I know you said you don't have a website, but where else can we find you?
Well, I'd say if anybody wants to see anything, I have a trailer up and I'm about to release my last film, Matchstick Willie. So if you Google Matchstick Willie film, you can watch the trailer. You can see my IMDb page and see other things I've done on there, links to it. But yeah, if you go to I think it's like facebook.com/Matchstick Willie, you can like that, and I'll be posting that film pretty soon because it's done with its festival run, and then hopefully someday I'll have a website. That's kind of all I have.
You'll have your
I'm
website.
kind of a Luddite.
I know, you're
Yeah.
like working on so many projects.
I know.
Well,
It's
thank you. Say bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Guys. Thank you for being
Don't
here
forget to
with
be
us.
creative.
That's
Bye.
right.
Alright. Bye, you guys. From LVnthelife, keep loving, keep following, keep liking. Bye.
Yeah.